Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. We're having a lot of breaking news this morning on December the 9th, and I wanted to just kind of touch base and tie in on what seemed like it's taken place. So, of course, we have the case that's been filed against Jay-Z for allegedly raping a 13-year-old girl, back in 2000. We have the arrest of Luigi Mangione and the unaliving of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And then we have the verdict on Jordan Neely's death from, who was just found not guilty, Daniel Perry, excuse me. And I was thinking a little bit earlier that just bringing it back to the Jay-Z case, if he is someone that is of importance and he has a lot of notoriety, a lot of business connections, as did Sean Diddy Combs, what will transpire over the next couple of weeks to a month, going into the new year, will tell the story of pull. Will tell the story of who's in terms of quid pro quo, in favors. Let me tell you where I'm going with that. So usually what'll take place, and if you look back just throughout this year, the past several years, when a high profile person is accused of something, a lot of the times the case will be dismissed or it'll be swept under the rug, or, and at some point you just stop hearing about it. It just kind of goes away. It just kind of just dissipates into thin air. I always allude that to people knowing the right people in the right places. They always say, if you have enough money, you can get away with anything. But we do see that more recently and more frequently becoming not true, right? Like we have some very high profile individuals, i.e. Diddy Combs, more recently, not being able to get bail, being arrested. And he's someone that's well connected, a reported billionaire. I'm not sure if he still is, but at one point in time, and very powerful. And it seems like right when the lawsuit with his ex-girlfriend Cassie hit in November of last year, which was a few months or half the year from May to June, from the case that he had with Diablo Liquors. And I may be saying the name wrong. It may be Diablo or Diaglo. I think it's Diablo. Liquors. It just never went away. It just stayed in circuit in the news. Like everything was just Diddy from pretty much last May all the way up until, current, it's a whole year later. It's 13 months actually later from when Cassie filed her case. But he's been in the media nonstop. So I was thinking that on today, I was like, okay, so, Jay-Z's been, he has a case against him now for those alleged criminal activities that took place in 2000. And now we have two other major breaking news story to take place on the same day. And I think you can kind of mark my words on this, honestly. If this Jay-Z, by the end of the week, today's Monday, December the 9th, if by the end of the week, it kind of just falls underneath the stack of papers on the news desk and we don't hear about it again, I think that's going to pretty much tell the story of who has what pool still currently. Again, with the arrest of Luigi Mangione and the verdict of Daniel Perry, Black Lives Matter looking to, I'm not going to say looking to, but there have been a lot of posts that it may be riots because of the verdict and him being found not guilty. So it's looking like it's going to be a major news week. Just, we're going to be just inundated with stories and updates. If Jay-Z's story falls underneath that stack of papers, you can pretty much just say it's a done deal. I almost think that the case was filed, because you remember when Diddy first got arrested, everyone was saying, oh, Jay-Z's next, Jay-Z and Beyonce's next, they're next. And took almost a year, and now we're, here. It could have been just to kind of draw blood, right? Kind of a bit of a distraction. Okay, this is what they want. They want to see, Jay-Z fall, or they want to see him, have a case against him, whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying that he didn't do what he's alleged. I'm just saying I do notice patterns and distractions with high profile people. This could be a case of them, the powers that be, controlling the narrative, like, hey, don't worry, Mr. Carter, we got you. We're going to give him a little bit of taste of blood. And then, like a bull with a red flag, wave it, let them run into it a few times, and then put him back in the cage. Like the lady, his attorney, Jay-Z's attorney, is now requesting that the victim be revealed or the case to be dismissed. And that could just be grounds for like, okay, well, we drew blood. They drew blood, we drew blood. Okay. Finally we've got, Jay-Z's falling down, the empire's falling. And then the case kind of just goes away. Well, you kind of got that blood in your taste, right? That taste in your mouth of blood. Like, okay, at least we got a good bite out of him. And then it'll go away because he knows the right people in the right places. It doesn't seem like he's really pissed anybody off. We never really hear about him having legal battles, legal troubles with any businesses, corporations, individuals that he may be involved with. We never hear those things. So this could just be like, okay, let's just, kind of get them off the trail, give them a little bit of what they want, let them take a bite out of your butt, and, they'll be fine. We'll make it go away because it's giving them a little bit of, Jay-Z's falling, the empire's falling, Roc Nation's falling. It'll give them a little bit of that taste, kind of like some people will say humiliation ritual, and then they'll go away. They'll talk about it for a little while, but it'll go away. We've got these two other major cases that's going on this week, potential riots with Black Lives Matters because of the Daniel Perry verdict. We have this United Healthcare CEO, arrests being made of a person of interest. So that's going to take over the news media cycle for the week probably. And then we'll go into the holidays. The new year will roll in. They'll be on to something different, right? Beyonce's performing in December. I don't think that's of any coincidence. They've obviously been knowing that this case was going to be filed. Attorneys reach out to you to settle things. And Tony Busby said he was going to be reaching out to these high-profile people to see if they would rather settle. So it's something that they've been knowing. And then Beyonce's, performing, like I said, in December, or this Christmas, actually. I keep saying December like it's not December. She'll be performing on Christmas Day at halftime at one of the NFL games. So that'll kind of take our minds off of things a little bit. Oh my goodness, B is back. Then we, it's Christmas, the holidays, it's New Year. And then we go on about our business. We've forgotten about this particular case. That's kind of how it goes with the news media cycles when they don't want somebody, when they're not worried about you, when you're protected by the powers that be. Another recent example is President-elect. He never stopped being in the news from when he announced he was first going to run in 2016. All throughout his presidency, all throughout Biden's administration, and now currently, it's almost like the ex that you never got over. You just keep talking about him. You'll be out to dinner with your friends, and here they're going to start talking about, John again. It's like, oh my God, just get over it. Usually when someone's continually being mentioned, especially in the news media cycle, it's because there's energy behind that person, and that's a whole other topic, with energy, but the news media cycle, mainstream media, and even, the new medium, which a lot of people are calling, YouTube bloggers. No one ever really stopped talking about Trump. Never really stopped talking about him. But we really can't name all the other candidates that have taken place over the last couple of administrations because the media didn't really care. So if this case goes away within the next week or so, we're going to know, okay, he meaning, Sean Carter, still protected, hasn't pissed anybody off, powers that be still behind him. He'll go on. This is his little, humiliation ritual. People want to take a bite out of your butt. Here we go. And now we move on to other things. So just come back to this video. Let's take a look and see, if, like I said, by the top of the new year, if we're not talking about it anymore, he's good. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.